Good day, folks. This is George Courville, the golf coach with Out of Bounds with the Golf Coach. Today we're very fortunate to have with us Rob Bowser of the Reynolds Plantation and New Rule of Golf certification for golf coaches, along with Charlie King. And over the last few days, I've been very fortunate to get to know Rob, and he's passionate about the game, and he's also a great student, but also a great scholar of the game. And out of bounds here, we ask 3 to 4 questions, and then we get out of there. So the first question is, who has been the most influential mentors in your golfing life that have contributed to your way of doing things, your philosophy?
Okay. I would say the first one would be Dick Farley, and then Jim McLean and Charlie King, kind of in chronological order. Those would be the 3 folks that have influenced me most as far as how I look at the golf swing or how I think about golf.
Okay, and like how have they affected you or touched you or directed you?
Dick really gave me my first opportunity in golf, and helped me a lot with my own game, helped me understand the golf swing better than I ever had as a player. I really didn't know what I was doing, and he kind of helped me to understand a few things. Dick also was really influential in getting me the job for Jim. I think Jim's probably the best trainer of his teachers, of anybody I've been around. I think that's one of the reasons he's been one of the many reasons he's been so successful. He's just great at training teachers. And so at the McLean School, I had the opportunity to study a ton of footage, to be around Jim, and just to learn from him and other great teachers that were there. And then Charlie, as a coach for me personally when I was trying to play, but also Charlie's really showed me how to help regular golfers enjoy golf more, how to get regular players better quickly. You know, here's the things that we need to focus on, here's the things that we need to be good at, and that kind of ties into new rules and skills teaching.
Great. That's sort of a great segue into the next question. For your average student, guy that comes in for a lesson, lady comes in for a lesson, what are the 3 most important ideas that you have to transmit to those people to have success with, you know, get the best results possible?
Right, right. So I think as far as 3 things that golf always comes down to for me, 3 questions that I ask when, not ask students, but in my head I'm going, can this person hit the ground in the right spot? Can they get the face to point at the target when they hit the ball? And then can they take a divot that goes towards the target? I mean, it's simple, but it's really, those are, if you can do even the first 2, I mean, if you can hit the ground in the right spot and you can get the club face to point at the target, if you have good club face awareness, you'll most likely have good swing path or a decent swing plane. So for most club level players, I mean, hitting the ground in the right spot and getting them to kind of have a club face that's in the ballpark.
That'll do it.
That'll do it.
As far as when you're talking with other instructors and coaches, what would be the 3 most important things that a good instructor or great instructor should be doing?
So communication, for sure. And I always remember what Jim McLean said. He said it's not about what you know, it's about what the student needs to know. And so I just think that's a great one. I mean, it's just you don't need to say many words to be a great communicator, and so communication, that would be 1. Number 2 would be an in-depth understanding of root cause. I mean, constantly asking the why question, and getting to the root cause of what we see in our golfers, and a lot of times that root cause may be kind of instinctive. I mean, you know, why do they do what they do? Is it a technique issue, or is it just a conceptual issue of they're trying to lift the ball in the air, they think they're supposed to take it straight back and straight through? So being great at understanding and identifying the root cause of why someone looks the way they do or does the things that they do, that would be number 2. I think the last thing, in order to be a great teacher, I think you need a toolbox of drills. You know, you need more than one drill to fix an over-the-top player or an open-face player. You know, different ways of communicating it.
And when the drills, are you trying to teach technique and feel, or both?
So I mean,
Mechanics?
to me, a drill. When you have someone do a drill, that's to me, it's technique focused, so that they can then develop their own feel of what it feels like to have good technique. So, get them in good impacts. What does that feel like? So now they're talking. Now they're developing their own feel, and I'm not trying to communicate what it feels like to me.
Great. That's fantastic. Now, for those coaches that have some A players that are competitors, or those people that are tuning in and are competing, what are the 3 most important principles that you bring in your A game to a competition?
Be prepared. Understand that when your short game is rock solid, that it frees you up when it comes to ball striking. So be prepared. Work on your short game a lot, and make sure that player judges success on some other benchmark other than score. Execution, process, fearless playing. It's not a number based that determines whether it was whether you did great or didn't.
It's never about the outcome, right?
It can't. Yeah.
Okay, Rob. That's just before we leave you, I'd like to ask you a last question to wrap it up. I know you guys have lots of ideas down here at Reynolds Plantation and Charlie King with the New Rules Golf Certification. What's coming for the new year? Anything exciting you have for golfers? Or
yeah, I mean, we're trying. So we're working on another book right now, Anti-Method Golf, which really kind of sums up what we believe. We've got another project that we're working on. I don't want to say it yet in case we don't do it, but another project that I think is pretty cool that I'd like to get done. But yeah, we'll keep you posted, George.
Well, it's been a real pleasure meeting you and getting to know you, Rob. And thanks for tuning in. This has been Out of Bounds with the Golf Coach, George. Have a good day.
Thanks, George.
You're welcome.